One man is dead and another is hurt after a head-on crash near Arlington on Friday night. Officials say a 62-year-old man from Faribault, Minnesota was driving east on Highway 14 when he crossed the median.
He crashed into a 37-year-old man from Huron who was headed west. The 62-year-old man died at the scene, and the 37-year-old was taken to the hospital with serious, non-life-threatening injuries. Today marks the 135th anniversary of the Wounded Knee Massacre. There will be a ceremony at the Wounded Knee site this morning. On December 29, 1890, more than 250 tribal men, women, and children and 25 U.S. soldiers were killed.
Tribal leaders in South Dakota's federal delegation are expected to attend the ceremony to mark the Wounded Knee Massacre Memorial and Sacred Site Act being signed into law earlier this month. KLN News will also be there to cover the event, which is happening from 10 to noon on the Pine Ridge Reservation.
Now let's get a check on your weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Is the cold here to stay, Scott?
Well, for today it will stay, and then we are looking at improving conditions for tomorrow. Actually, tonight, temperatures will slowly warm as we go through the overnight hours, and tomorrow I think we'll start to melt some of this new snow and ice as temperatures are expected to reach the middle 30s in eastern and southeastern Kettleland. For today, we will be far from that. Highs only in the teens. At least we'll have mostly sunny skies and a decreasing wind as we continue through this morning and into the afternoon. It will be warmer in western South Dakota with highs in the 30s to near 40 degrees. And Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thanks, Scott. Sunday's weather conditions made traveling a challenge for some.
Drivers on I-90 coming from Minnesota said snow and wind caused visibility issues.
The worst of it. Naturally, now it's nice. The snow has stopped, but there was nearly whiteout conditions, so not real fun.
Southwest Minnesota was in a no travel advisory for part of yesterday. A thrift store in Dell Rapids has been giving away donated items for free all month long.
Inside On the House, you'll find things like toys, clothes, food, and more. Sheila Shore was there shopping for essentials for her daughter's first apartment. Shore hopes her daughter can learn from the experience.
Well, I think it's a very important lesson for her to see about giving back to the community, as I would hope that's something she's going to do as she gets older as well, and that she's learned throughout her years that this is a very important thing, to always be a part of your community and giving back.
On the House is open again Monday through Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., but has to be out of its building by Friday. The store's founder, Allie Miller, hopes to find a way to continue her work permanently. A holiday lights display that takes a Sioux Falls neighborhood over a month to set up attracts thousands of visitors every year.
Through New Year's Day, you can take a drive down Lotta Street in South Central Sioux Falls to experience the holiday magic. Lights on Lotta has become a yearly tradition, and organizers are also using it as a way to give back to two local nonprofits, Big Paws Canine Foundation and Canines for Warriors.
They help train dogs for veterans for either PTSD or emotional support or even everyday activities like turning lights on, stuff like that. And then we found Big Paws Canine, which is right here in this area. They do the same thing.
Organizers hope they can raise $5,000 or more this year. There are boxes on each side of Lotta Street to drop off monetary donations. And that is a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right, as we start off our work week here, and for many of you, it's a time where hopefully you get a little bit of time off from work and school and all the rest. But if you are at work today, yeah, it's kind of blustery out there. It is a northwest wind day. A lot of interesting features with that system yesterday. That burst of snow and, of course, a lot of wind. We still have some travel issues across Minnesota today. But good news is the blizzard warning headlines have all expired for our region, at least here in Kettleland. We are in the teens today from Sioux Falls to Aberdeen, so not exactly warm. But as the day goes on, the wind speeds are decreasing, so that's helping our wind chill factor. We do anticipate Rapid City will get very close to 40 degrees later this afternoon. Everybody else kind of sandwiched in between that. Wind-wise, here's the latest on that. You can see the winds working their way through our eastern counties, but as time goes on, the numbers are going down. And that'll continue into tonight. So light winds, expecting actually the winds to switch around to the southwest as we kick off Tuesday. It will actually be a little warmer to start tomorrow morning. Already will be at least in the mid to upper teens in Sioux Falls. And then we'll keep climbing from there, and we're going to get above freezing tomorrow. We're going to melt some snow. Your streets will probably be a little slushy in the afternoon. And Rapid City will already be back into 50-degree weather tomorrow. And that is the hallmark of this pattern, the ability to warming back up. Now, we do want to tell you a step backwards here, probably getting into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Northeast South Dakota is going to be quite a bit colder versus the Southwest. So we are going to kind of wrangle with those ideas as we go through the middle part of the week. There could be a little snow on Wednesday in the Northeast. Not any major amounts. Looks like at this point, just kind of a nuisance flow there out of North Dakota. There are temperatures today. Again, those teens east, 40s west, and then tomorrow, look at this. It really warms up, doesn't it? Southwest South Dakota, close to 50 and even 30-degree weather all the way to Sisseton and Marshall. So milder Tuesday forecast. We go into Wednesday, and there's that little ribbon of snow that stretches across west central Minnesota. So there is that. We'll watch. And then as we get into Wednesday afternoon, again, Southwest South Dakota, significantly warmer than the Northeast. And that's typical in this pattern. Our 7-day forecast, we find Sioux Falls kind of split in the middle, but tending to be on the warmer side of things here for Tuesday and Wednesday. We slide on New Year's Day. Then we try to come back into the 30s for the weekend. We don't anticipate any major snowstorms. So that's also important news for travelers. We'll see what the fog does. That'll be the next thing to watch. Aberdeen in the Northeast, 36 degrees for tomorrow. Back down to 21 on Wednesday, 20 degrees on Thursday. And for Pierre in central South Dakota, nice bounce back tomorrow to 46. And then we'll hold some 30s into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I still think Rapid City, though, it's going to average way warmer than that. 50 tomorrow, 54 on Wednesday. Lows are in the 20s, and all of those numbers are above the averages for this time of the year. Check out more details online at KETHLELAND.com.